speaker today. I would like to read her profile. So it's good if you know the person that is going to take us today. If you know the woman, so you'll be able to know that she's really loaded. She's really loaded, and we have a lot to learn from her. Uchenna Ibe is the CEO of Ivy League Collections Limited, an interior design and soft furnishing manufacturing company based in Lagos. They are contract manufacturers to many stores nationwide and to corporates in all areas of interior design and handling, customize their funky projects for hotels and the likes, resorts, and specialize their projects. Their most recent project is the Big Brother Naija house bedding. If you watched Big Brother Naija last year, so her company is among is the one that supplied all the beddings in the house, all the beddings, all those beds where they do those drama. Yeah. Company supplied all to Big Brother house last year. So he is a graduate of Walden University, USA. Yeah, specialization in entrepreneurship. So if you as a woman entrepreneur, you want to learn, somebody has spent years, spent money in the university studying entrepreneurship. So we are privileged to have her in our midst. That we have her in our midst today. Madam Uche, you're welcome. Can we hear your voice a little?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you
You
so
can
much.
join her on Instagram. Her Instagram handle. I'll be typing it on the chat. Ivy League Collections. So I'm handing over to you.
Okay. Hello, good day, everybody.
Okay.
Good day.
Good day.
Yes. I'd like you to all in Imo State. I was doing my youth service, and then I used to visit my elder sister, and she had a tailoring and interior design business. So I didn't have any inclination. I did geography and urban and regional planning as a first degree. I didn't have any inclination to go into interior design. But being around her and following her when I'm on holidays to all the beautiful places, it just became something so natural. Sometimes she would send me with her staff and say, Uche, go and fix this house. The first day she sent me to a house. It was a big house. You know, Igbo people like to build very beautiful houses in the villages, right? So she sent me to a very beautiful house to fix the entire, move in all the furniture, do the layout and design, and fix the curtain, arrange the cushion, do the bedding. My goodness, I was trembling. Even though it was my elder sister, but I didn't know how I was going to cope with it. So luckily, I just found myself doing it, and I realized that this is already a skill deposited in me. So by the time I was finishing from the university, I already had an idea. I told myself I wasn't going to work in any establishment. I wasn't going to work for anybody. I already knew what I wanted to do because she just sold all that thing. I discovered that I liked beautiful places. So at this time now, that was the ideation stage. Yeah. These ideas were forming in my mind. I hadn't said anything to anyone. I realized that I loved naturally without realizing it. I saw that I loved fixing up places. I don't like dirty places. I don't like untidy places. Everything has to be in place. So I now realized that this was actually something that I liked. This was actually a passion. And my elder sister doing it. We realized also that my mom is very meticulous and our home was always beautiful. So we were able to accept that this is a natural talent. And I began to harness it into business. Now, at this stage, it was a hobby. As at the time I got married, I was given a sewing machine as a wedding gift. And I started fixing my own house with one sewing machine. I made all my curtains. I made everything in my house. I fixed, my husband was saying, oh, I didn't know you could do this. I said, I didn't know I could. You know, then there was no YouTube and all of that. So we'd look at magazines and we read up and copy. And we found out that this idea and hobby has already started forming into a business. Then friends will visit and they would say, oh, I like your house. I like your house. Who did this for you? I said, who? I did it myself. When I had my first baby, I started fixing the baby room with magazines from Mother Care and all of that. You know, they have these beautiful magazines. So I started picking up all those magazines from Mother Care and was fixing my baby room. By the time I finished it, I even wanted to fix them myself. So people were asking me, who did it again? And I said I did it. So by the time I was breastfeeding and I was taking care of my baby, I was bored. And that was when Ivy Collection was born. I was bored when I was nothing. So you feed the baby and the baby is sleeping. What are you doing with yourself? Nothing. Then I started looking at this, and then a few friends were asking, and I started doing for them. My husband said, no, you're doing this for free. You need to charge. I said, charge? He said, yes. I said, but that's not what I want. I want to go and do my master's in remote sensing because my background is geography and urban and regional planning. So I wanted to do a master's in remote sensing. And my husband said, you have a baby, so why would you do a master's right now? So we went back and forth and then found out that really, even the master's wasn't as exciting as back then. That was 1994. It wasn't as exciting as fixing people's houses and having everybody excited. You know, my face would just light up when you tell me you love what I did. And that was how Ivy League was born. So at this point, it was a hobby. Now we're going to move it into a business. I went into a store in Victoria Island called Mega Plaza. Then it was the biggest store in Lagos. And I saw they didn't have a single bed sheet. They didn't have a single duvet. They didn't have throw pillows. They didn't have anything you could furnish a house with. And they were selling electronics. So I said, since they're selling electronics, well, anybody that's buying a television, a washing machine, a gas cooker, probably is moving into a house and they will need bedding and curtains and all of that. So I went to the owner of Mega Plaza. I said, Mr. Lon, I said to Mr. Lon, I'd like to bring beddings. He said, no, we don't do beddings here. We don't do beddings here. I said, I want to bring bedding and other soft furnishing items. And he said, we don't do that here. I said, okay, can you do sale on return, SOR? As a business owner, you find out that when you take your idea at that initial stage to a store, they're going to ask you that they would ask you because you don't have bargaining power. You haven't built a reputation. So they will ask you they'll take your products on sale or return, SOR. So he took it, it was a Friday. I got a call on Monday and they said, Madam, do you have more? And that was how Ivy League Collections was born. Do you have more? So it became a business and I had to start hiring tailors. I had to start fixing. And my husband said, I didn't have an invoice. I didn't have an invoice. He said, you can't be printing one invoice in the business center. So we had to, first of all, start from the legalities. So before you start a business, you have to develop a business mindset for success. And you have to put everything in place. So we had to go to corporate, we had to register the company at Corporate Affairs Commission, do the memorandum articles of association, everything that will be from CO2, CO7, everything that a business needed. And my husband said, what is your dream for this business? I said, I don't really think I want to do anything else. So I'm just going to dream as big as possible. Then he said, as possible. Then he said, so what is your vision? I said, my vision is to be a leading interior design and soft furnishing company in Nigeria and beyond. I want to have ready to go products that anybody today can get into a store and pick up the products and you sleep in that house the same day. He said, wow. I said, yes, and I'll continue developing the range. That's my long-term goal. So to start a business, you have to have a vision. Your vision is your future, where you want to see yourself in a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Your vision has to be within timelines. You can't just have a vision. I want to be the best entertainment company. I want to be the best comedian. bringing joy and laughter to Nigerians. That's a a vision statement. But it needs to have a timeline. You need to have a timeline to that. So I had to develop a vision for my business. And then when you look at your mission again, your mission is that which tells you how you're going to go about it. What are the things you're going to do? And when are you going to start doing them? So your mission is actually the whole purpose of your business. So the mission and the vision statement go hand in hand. Most times, the mission statement doesn't change. It's just a continuous improvement on where you are. And at the end of the day, where is it taking you? It's taking you to your set goals. It's taking you to your set goals and aspirations. So your vision here is an inspirational declaration of your goals. And your mission is that catalyst that's going to take you to achieve your vision. If you understand me, let me see your hands in the chat room. Yeah, can I see your hands up in the chat room? Yeah, I'd like to see your hands up in the chat room. If you're flowing with me, can I see your hands in the chat room with a thumb up sign? Hello. So let's go forward. So this is where your vision and your mission take you. Now, you have to set your goals and objectives for a business. Your goals and objectives are derived from your mission. So whatever you want to do, even as a startup, I always tell people it's always even better. It's always even better to sit down. Don't be in a hurry to jump into a business. Have time for creating ideas, have time for thinking things through, have time to brainstorm before you start spending money. If you're going to spend money on a business idea, let it be minimal. You operate on what we call a bootstring platform. Bootstring means you, with minimal funds, test your idea. If you love baking, bake in your kitchen, bake for your family, bake for your friends. Take 10 cupcakes, church. Let people give you feedback on what this your hobby that you want to turn into a vision is. What is the market acceptability of this vision? Don't jump into it. And because maybe if you're somebody, a man or woman who has money, you just go and spend 500,000 on baking equipment. Meanwhile, nobody has paid you one compliment and telling you that your cake is sweet. Don't go and buy 20 sewing machines, rent an office, rent a space because you want to be a fashion designer, just because you have the money and you haven't made clothes for your mother that fit her, you haven't made for your sister that fit her, you haven't made even for your children that fit them. So where is your prototype? Before you start a business, you have to have that clarity of vision in setting your business goals and objectives. Now, your goals are all those your dreams. When they crystallize, you put them together and it's somewhere, you put it away. Now, your objectives are how you're going to go about it step by step. Sometimes in business, when you're actually trying to start a business, it looks like you're going to take almost sometimes years, years to formulate this business idea and test it before you launch it. Some of us are in a hurry. We get ahead of ourselves. Am I right? Yeah, that's true. Some of us are in a hurry. We get ahead of ourselves. We get ahead of ourselves and we just jump into a business. Meanwhile, we haven't thought about it. And then we find ourselves floundering, falling, and messing up. Do you know it's better to make a mistake in the initial stages than for you to become big, go out there and make a mistake much later? Can you imagine Coca-Cola making a big mistake now? Maybe they'll go and put pepper in the Coca-Cola. Have you thought about it? Can you imagine the kind of disgrace it would be internationally if Coca-Cola puts pepper in the Coca-Cola by mistake and they start apologizing? Or well, let me even say, I'll use food because that's the one that comes closest to us. Or you have a company, Kellogg's cornflakes, or they start putting shoes inside their Kellogg's cornflakes packets, and they say it was a mistake in shipment. It's going to take almost 10 years to erode that misconception. For big brands, you just have to get it right. Your marketing, your pricing, your advertising, your distribution, your social media handles, your channels of distribution, your value proposition. For you to say, I'm launching out in business, to start a business, you have to be able to define your goals and objectives very clearly. When I was running my business over time, for more than 7 years, I said, this business, I'm just doing it from seminars, trainings. I attended a lot of leadership trainings, but I hadn't really gone into entrepreneurship to really know what it takes. I paid $28,000 in 2015 to attend Walden University and get a master's, an MBA in entrepreneurship. I had an option of attending Lagos Business School, but it was too far away and it wasn't convenient for me. So I opted for Walden University, and I've never regretted. That is $128,000 I've never regretted having, because it has opened my eyes to mistakes I've made, how to move my business from where it is, how to even scale in my vision and in my thinking. Some of us may not have the privilege to go to Ivy League universities and get degrees from the best of the best, but within us here, there are a lot of training that we can attend. Even now, some of you are here, and thanks to Jane for this webinar. So some of you are already here and you're already getting information, you're already getting training in what you want to do, and ideas are forming. I'd like to ask you to take really take a very serious disposition to any training, webinars, seminars that you see at this time. All corporations and businesses are very friendly now. They don't want businesses to go down, because if small businesses go down, big businesses will not be. If small businesses go down, big businesses will not be. So it's the small businesses that feed the big companies. Some of you who are into fashion designing, if your business is closed down, is anybody going to buy Excellence Ankara? Is anybody going to buy Woodin? Is anybody going to buy Daviva? Who are they producing for?
Yeah.
Your banks, if you're not doing well and bringing money, is Access Bank going to be there? Is GT Bank going to be there? Is Fidelity, Eco Bank? All the banks, nobody will be there. So it's very important for the bigger dogs to make sure that the smaller dogs don't go under. And that is why whatever information, resources, and knowledge you can gather from webinars, go online. There's so many international free webinars going on, and even in Nigeria, every day, so many webinars are going on. So you need to tap into, spread your tentacles. Don't think that this COVID time is for playing. No. There's no time to play here. Don't think that this time you go to work, the market opens Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it doesn't open the other day. The other day is for watching African Magic and Netflix. No, please. Use your time to acquire knowledge. You use your time to acquire knowledge, use your time to learn, and then implement. Remember, your customers, first of all, can only come to you when you create an awareness. So your goals and objectives should be tailored towards creating awareness of whatever you're doing. You must create awareness of whatever you're doing for your customers. So if you don't tell, like, let's use the smallest assembly, which is the church. Let's say you're a business person and you make Zobo drinks. Has your sister in your society in church, has she tasted your Zobo drink? Some of us are two Ijebu plus Igbo joined together. We don't like to share. We don't like to give. But I must tell you, at the initial stages of business, you may be giving away a lot. You may find yourself giving away a lot just for people to get feedback. And the better feedback you get, the better for you. Because if you get positive feedback, then it directs you to a path and you know that you're doing well in that particular thing you're doing. Sometimes you start baking cakes, carrot cake, red velvet cake, fruit cake. You can bake, but you're baking 10 cakes. You need to be able to make samples of these 10 cakes. Take it to if you're a teacher, take it to the school and share it to the children during break time, if it's allowed. Share it amongst your fellow teachers. Take it to a business club or a church society or group that you belong to. I say, hello, friends, I have some little cake. Please tell me how it is. And they eat this cake, and out of 20 people you have shared this cake to, 15 people tell you your carrot cake is absolutely off the chart. And you're a business, a startup, you're just starting your business. What do? You will, for somebody who has a business mindset, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to stop the remaining 8 cakes and concentrate on carrot cake because you're a startup. You're just starting your business and funds may be tight. So if funds are tight, what you want is quick turnover to build your income. So the best thing to do then is to narrow down on the best 2. But you can make 8, right? You can make 8. Now you narrow down on the best 2, and then when your income is better, you can now start trying the 3rd and 4th and 5th. And that is the major mistake people make because they don't have clarity of vision when they're setting business goals. Sometimes you're beginning to categorize between their needs and their wants. So when you're setting your goals, you have to be sure that you have to apply the concept, this approach of SMART, where you have to make sure that your goals are specific. What is it tailored to? What is it tailored to? It has to be specific. I want to do this for this group. What is the need that you have seen in it that you are now specific? You can't say you're making food. You can't say you're making food. You're catering a business and you say you're making food. You can't be making food. You have to make, either you're doing continental or Nigerian food or something. You have to be specific. When somebody is ordering from KG's Kitchen, they know they're coming to KG's Kitchen for all the best of African soups and stews. If they're coming to Debona's Pizza,
Yes.
Pizza Hut, they know they're coming for pizza, right? So you have to be specific. Then measurable, you have to, S is specific, M is measurable. What time, when you set these goals for yourself, what timeline are you giving to it? How long have you given yourself? What window have you given yourself to be able to meet up with these goals? Either you're scaling your business or you're starting. First stage, prototype, the next stage, you have to be able to measure. Then achievable, you have to, A is achievable. You have to be able to see if your goals are achievable. You cannot say, I'm going to be the best fashion designer in Nigeria. It's not impossible, but in what timeline have you set to it? And have you looked at the existing fashion designers in Nigeria? And how long is it going to take you before you overtake them to now be the best? And the fashion industry being as competitive as it is, how are you going to do that? So you need to be able to achieve in a measurable situation. Now, when we've talked about SMA, R is realistic. It has a little bit to do with the achievable too. If you don't make realistic goals, then it's not going to happen and you start beating yourself up. Your goals have to be realistic in a way that when you don't set goals, overstretch yourself, and at the end of the day, you still don't achieve what you set out to do. And then T, it has to be time bound. I'm going to supply 500 loaves of bread within 3 months to people living in Victoria Island. I've started a bakery, and my goal is to supply 500 loaves of bread, to make sales of 500 loaves of bread within 3 months in Victoria Island. That has everything in the SMART approach. So you have a goal, you're working with it, you're working within it, you're specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it's time bound. So if we don't begin to subject our business ideas to all of this, it will be as if we're just playing. We need to be able to always have timelines for our business goals. Now, finally, I'd like to talk about putting your business to test. Some of us are a bit afraid or ignorant. Some cases it's ignorance. In other cases, we're afraid of putting our businesses to the test and actually finding out where this business is going. Is it possible? Is it plausible? Can I take it to the bank? Is this business bankable? And the tools that you have to make this possible will be to put your business through a SWOT analysis. SWOT. You put your business through a SWOT analysis. And what this means is your strengths. You look at the strengths of the business. You look at the weakness of that business. You look for opportunities you can gain when you apply that business. And you look at threats against the business. So can somebody tell me about their business? Jane, can you unmute one of the participants so she can share what her business is, and we can use that as a sample.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Nufi Chindo. I'm a makeup artist and also an entrepreneur. I sell makeup products too.
Okay. So do you have a store or makeup studio?
Yes, I do. I have a makeup studio.
All right, good. So from your makeup studio, you sell the products?
Yes, I sell the products, yes. Because
So,
I found out that just doing makeup sometimes don't give you you don't get to do makeup every day. So you have to introduce other products so as well to make more sales.
that's fantastic. So let's look at your business. So we have a makeup artist and a makeup and somebody else who is doing who's selling makeup as well. So now, what are the strengths you have in your location? Where you are? Is it a place? Do you have other makeup artists around you?
Not really.
Okay. So,
Yeah, quite a distance.
See, that's fantastic. So you have already created a differentiation in your business by being, what's your studio called?
Yeah?
What's your studio called?
Fablane.
What?
Fablane.
Okay, so you see, Family Makeup and Cosmetic Studio already has a strength. Your strength is in your location and accessibility. Are you open Monday to Friday?
Yes, Mondays to Saturdays.
You're open. So your strength is also availability. I think your strength, your location, accessibility, expertise, availability, these are all your strengths in your business. Do you give advisory services? Do you help your customers? You know, sometimes people come and they say they want a particular kind of makeup. Meanwhile, it doesn't suit their face. Do you give advisory?
Yeah, I do. I give advice because some people come with pictures, and most times pictures are already addicted, and then they tell you they want to look like that person, or they come with someone who is light and they tell you they want that same makeup on a very dark person. So you tend to explain to them how makeup is and then what makeup suits their skin tone and all that.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you see already that this is your strength. You have strength in your location. You have strength in advisory services that you offer. The customer experience is a strength you have. You have strength in your uniqueness, and then your availability, your opening hours. And I want to ask you, do you get your products from wholesalers or importers? Are your products competitive in the market?
I get from wholesale. I buy from Zuba Mall.
Oh, fantastic. So that means you get hard against that. You're not going to be the only one in the makeup place, all right? You're going to keep training people and have some kind of beautiful rapport and trainer-trainee relationship that you can always call on them. I have some of my tailors. What do you consider a threat? But a threat is something that is going to affect your business from the outside. So what are the threats to your business? If you ask you the threats to your business.
A competitor, or when I have another makeup studio close to my studio.
Yes, threats, yes. These are threats. These are threats to your business. So you have to, in business, you always have to be dynamic. You always have to bring extra to the table. You know, you always have to. I give you an example with an actress like Kate Henshaw. Kate Henshaw is an actress, but you see her doing adverts. Don't you see her doing adverts?
Yes.
Doing adverts. You see her doing fitness. She likes to exercise. So if there's a movie role out there for a young woman, Kate Henshaw will come to mind first. Before Genevieve, before all of them. Why? Because she's in your face all the time. She's doing extra. She's even developing herself in other ways. Do you understand? She's even developing herself in other ways. So she will always come to mind because she's a threat to other people. I'm just using her as an example. So she's actually a threat to other celebrities and actresses. So you need to be able to identify threats in your business and see if it's within your ability to reduce the threat or navigate around the threats. You understand? You have to be able to reduce the threats or navigate around those threats. So, and then because you buy from Zuba Mall, if they have a problem in their business or there's lack of supply, you have to be communicating ahead of time also, so that whatever they need, whatever you need, you have told them ahead of time. Your own lack of bookkeeping or stock taking can affect your business. It's also a threat to your business, because if you don't put your orders on time, your customers are not going to get what they need on time. So that's going to project you as a business that doesn't have what it takes. Do you understand? That's going to, you become a threat to yourself. And then there are also other internal threats where you make money from your business and you spend it and there's no accountability, no bookkeeping, no recording. You become a threat to yourself. When you are consuming your own output, your business will not grow. So in that way, you become a threat to yourself. So in business, we have to always be responsible, responsive, creative, and innovative to be able to navigate the waters of today's business environment. You have to be responsive, responsible, creative, and innovative to remain in business. You have to be able to do that so that your business will thrive. And then even if you're like a startup, like we discussed earlier, even if you're a startup, you have a direction to where you're going, putting all these things in place. So from the vision, mission, in summary, in conclusion, so that I can take your question, from the mission, vision angle, From the mission, vision angle, you're going to start looking at all these things, your vision, your mission, you set your goals and your objectives, you create awareness, you test your products, you get feedback, you do survey, you get feedback. And when you get feedback, you now know the distribution and marketing channels to use for this business. You'll be able to know the distribution and marketing channels that will take you to your customers. You have to know who your target market is. And then finally, you have to continue innovating and creating for business. So that brings me to the end of my short talk with you. I hope the questions are there.
Let me
Okay.
my question. Okay, my question is on the clarity of vision. So if one, you have a vision, but you're not really sure what you want, it's not clear to you where you want to be, what are the steps that you can take? What are the steps that you can take so that your vision can be clear to you? Because if it's not clear, you will not really be able to, from what I gather, you cannot be able to set right goals, right objectives. Every goal and objective depends on the vision. So what steps can I take if my vision is blurry? What steps can I take to get it clearer to me? I believe.
Okay. So clarity comes with ideation. In that initial stage where we are thinking, you start doing. From the head, you take action. From your thoughts, you take action. From the ideas, you take action. You implement. If you, like I use the cake business, for example, if you like to do fashion and you also like to make cakes, you have to try both of them. You know, then it starts becoming clear because it's in by doing and in by getting feedback. So first of all is to implement those ideas. The ideas you have to take action. You implement the ideas that you have, and then from implementation, clarity comes. It becomes clearer to you, yes. What you want to do then becomes clearer to you. So it's only from that place that you can know and say that you're going to be able to do this, because sometimes we have very lofty ideas, we have very wonderful ideas, but to put it to practice, the things that are the ingredients needed may not be available, and also the tools or help that is needed at a particular time may not be available. So before you can get clarity or to enhance clarity of your ideas, you have to implement. It's by doing, by taking action, by testing, by discussing, brainstorming with other people, you know, and testing this idea. That is how it will become a reality.
Wow, thank you so much. You answered very well, so I really understand. Thank you so much. So from what I gathered, having a vision and having your vision to be clear to you is not by folding hands. You need to go out and work it out. So that vision, that idea, the moment you start applying, it becomes clearer. As you are going at step by step, doing one thing or the other, putting things together, your vision becomes clearer to you. So it can't be clear when you are lying on your bed and dreaming. So you need to do something, yeah. So as the more you work, the more the vision gets clearer to you. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Ibe. Thank you so much. I appreciate. We love you. Thank you so much. I can't even express myself this moment. Please, anyone with a question, because we want to call it a day. Yeah, we want to call it a day. Anybody with a question? You have question? We talked on goals, how to state your goals, talked on vision clarity, and then the SWOT business analysis. This is our first session. In 2 weeks' time, we'll be having another session. Yeah. So do you have any question? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No question. So we'll be closing for today. Yeah. Thank you so much, madam. We are happy to have you here, and we plan that. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord make your business to be stronger. As you've impacted in these women, may the Lord impact in you more, in your business and in your family, in Jesus' name. Please, guys,
Amen.
follow her at Ivy Leaks Collections _ That's our Instagram. At Ivy Leaks Collections. I think I wrote it here. At Ivy Leaks Collections _ Then put underscore. That's our Instagram handle. You can follow her. See